Okay, so here we are now for example 2. Starting out with the Hendrix chord, also known as the E7 sharp 9. So as you can see there, the way I'm fretting it up is using the pinky, third, first, and middle. 7, 6, 7, 8. Some dampening again. So there's a common theme with the dampening in all these examples. And then 3 on the low 6. And you'll notice there that bar 2 is just identical, so we've covered that with that playthrough. So the first alternate ending starts out with a very similar idea to what we just did, except there's one less on the low 6 and it's broken up. So it should sound like this. Notice that when I'm doing the off counts, generally I'm using an up strum or an up pick. So things get a little bit more interesting from this point, because we're going to be introducing some fills, a little bit of a lead guitar style into the mix. Okay, so to start out we're going to be in the 7th position, but we are actually using the pinky from this point at the 10th fret. And what we're going to do here is we're going to do a pre-bend, which just means we bend up to the pitch, in this case a full step, and then we're going to release it, pick the 8th, pick the 10th, pull to 8th, and then pick the 9th, hammer to, pull to the 7th on the 3rd string. So it looks like this. Bit slower. So let's have a playthrough of bars 1 to 4. That'll be the first alternate ending. Okay, so alternate ending 2. For the first bar, it's purely chucked out. So we're going to be muting those strings, concentrating on strings 1, 2, and 3. And the rhythm's a little bit tricky, so we're going to come in on the off count, and then we'll be doing 3/8 strums like this. Then we're going to do a reverse gallop rhythm for 1 beat, which means 2/16 strums followed by an 8th strum, and then 2 more 8th strums to finish the bar. So I'll just slow this down a little bit more, and can have a listen to that a few times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And from that point then we're going to be going up to the 15th bar in the 12th position. So this time we're going to do a bend, it's not a pre-bend. Release it and pick the 12th. And then we're doing what's called a unison bend. So a unison bend means that we have the higher string at the pitch of the bend on the lower string. So in this case 12th fret functions as our target. And then on our 2nd string, 15th fret, we want to bend up to that target in the pitch. Now again, don't worry about if it's a little bit out, it's not going to matter, particularly if you add vibrato, but it does sound kind of cool when it's a little bit out because it provides some tension. If you do want to practice your bending pitch that way, it's a great way to do it, because once it stops wobbling, so this is the wobble, once you get to this point, that means it's pretty much exact as you want it. If there's any wobble, that means you either need to go a little bit higher or a little bit lower. So you'll have to make that judgment for yourself and experiment until you get it right. So these two bars put together will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4,